Dear ladies and gentlemen, I'm Dr. Piotr Sachek. In my 5-minute presentation, I will show you the pipeline transport, automotive transport, and electric and motorless transport. Belarus is a country of lakes and peats, so we have sapropel reserves and natural soil fertilizers. This lake was turning into a swamp, and down the river all the fish was dying because of still water. We improved the extraction powers of sapropel processing enterprise. We purchased a dredger from Qingdao, a floating slurry pipeline, a pumping station, and a land pipeline. In 1 year of its work, the turning into a swamp stopped. Results: the enterprise doubled the extraction of sapropel, hired 15 additional people, and saved the fish in the river. Our population density is low, and people in rural area live in small villages, between which there are large distances. Water is taken from the underground sources. In winter, the water in tubes freezes and tubers are tearing. Without a dispatching system, the emergency situation with water pipeline takes of about 3-5 days, during which the rural people need to take water from wells. We modernized the dispatching. We installed energy-efficient water pumps and Huawei control cabinets. The central dispatching point was organized. In case when pumps are pumping water with less difficulties than usual, the indicator blinks yellow. In case when pumps are pumping water without difficulties at all, it is a red flag. It means that it is an emergency situation. There is a hole in the tube somewhere. The local housing and utilities organization says that water losses have decreased 4 times. This led to corresponding economic and social effect. Spending on repairs became much lower, and 8,000 people received uninterruptible water supply at winter. As to automotive transport, its liquids are very polluting to the environment. In 2016, the act was adopted that forces the companies to send their waste motor oil to the extraction enterprises. To follow this, we proposed to buy and install green tanks on enterprises that have 10 trucks or more, and produced a multi-section tank. The driver was instructed how to measure density and transparency of waste oil and select to which section this oil should be placed. The sorted oil allows to produce more products from it. Bad waste oil is used for cheap construction lubricants. Medium quality waste oil is used for more expensive marine containers coating. Good quality waste motor oil can be reproduced into an expensive new motor oil up to 50 cycles, which is a good example of circular economy. One more toxic liquid is an antifreeze. Beforehand, antifreezes were produced from ethylene glycol, which is actually a poison. And because of this, the production of antifreeze was deemed as a toxic enterprise. In 2016, the chemists developed the formula of an antifreeze based on glycerine. The same we have in soap or cosmetics. It is harmless. When we established a small-scale production of glycerine antifreeze, we understood that the enterprise is also harmless to people. It is unnecessary to carry on respirators, use hermetical doors, etc. It cuts costs when organizing such an enterprise. So the enterprise is green, which reduces costs. The product is green, and it is harmless to the environment, and green workers are working on it, as there is no scarcity to the health. Electric and motorless transport has important advantage. It can be applied where the transport with internal combustion engines is not applicable. This is Nesvish, an ancient castle with 5 hectares of parks. All parks are specially protected nature areas, where internal combustion engines are strictly prohibited. It was challenging for elderly people to go through 5 hectares of parks on feet. That was the factor reducing the number of tourists there. We bought an electric bus produced in Jiangsu. We modernized it, added doors and a heater and additional battery. For groups of elderly people, there is electric bus. For families, velomobiles. For young people, bikes. For youth, hero scooters. Due to increasing the mobility, we doubled the touristic flow and received corresponding increase of income. Social effect in promotion of bikes and e-transport among the population, and environmental effect as we stayed in zero-emission boundaries. Thank you, dear colleagues. You can see my contact details on this slide.